Hello and welcome to a new episode from the Creator Craft server. I don't know why the place looks very naked back there. I think I'm still used to having the array of smelters, the one that I blew up when I had a bad day. But there's one specific thing that I want to do today. This video has one purpose alone. That is to go fishing. So for the next 10 minutes, you're gonna see me fishing. We can talk about stuff if you like. Sit down with me and share some stories. Because we all like a good story around here. And me being the elder of the server, I'm gonna kickstart the stories. The moment I said that, then all the stories in my head, they just disappeared for some reason. It's like you go to a job interview or you go on a date and they ask your name and you're like, what is my name? Let's go to my new favorite place on the server. And no, it is not my skyscraper, which will be coming along soon. Once I get enough gear to get materials and actually I'm gonna check the shop. I'm gonna check Crimson's shop to see if he made some stuff for people like me. Also, I have to mention that in the past episode, Victor told me that I can use an elytra. We signed the contract and everything. I have not received the elytra yet. So we're gonna walk a lot of bridges to build. Okay, we need to do some business rebranding here. Probably not in this episode because we have a lot of zombies chasing us and we have better things to do. But we're gonna rebrand from KFC to QFC. I need to check on something just to make sure I don't say anything illegal here. Okay, QFC is a food company. No real life affiliations or associations with them. This is purely for entertainment only. So don't sue me because I don't make any money from YouTube and I cannot pay for that. Right, we are back here. Hopefully nobody will disturb us. I don't have any weapons, but what was I saying? I think just to give you a bit of context, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning. That's why my voice sounds a bit different. But I joined in to finish this episode so we can all be happy. Now we're going to my new favorite place on the server. Okay. Relax time. I forgot how to fish. Sometimes I wish that I could go in a place like this in real life and just fish there or just relax. I don't know what it is about this pond here, but I think I found my space of recollection to kind of gather my thoughts, to slow down a bit. Well, I don't know why videos are for anybody to slow down or like to remind you to put a break, but sometimes I forget to do that myself and I get very stressed out and very agitated, I suppose. Also, I wish there was a lore and maybe this would be a chance where my mind kind of drifts off and creates stories. But let me try to tell you a story of a mysterious character who used to travel around these valleys in the times before us. He was walking around villages, trading. He had an aura about him that made the villagers kind of summon an iron golem just in case, because although he was an honest man, he wasn't trustworthy. He never caused any trouble, but there was always something suspicious about him. He wasn't stealing, he wasn't robbing anybody. So he settled down in a village nearby. I think the village is somewhere over there. And they took him in, they welcomed him and they gave him food, they gave him shelter, they gave him a house. And he was doing really well. Like, he was well liked by everybody. He was polite to all the villagers. He was petting the cats, playing with the dogs, tending to the animals. sometimes offering words of praise to the apple tree that was in the middle of the village. And because of him, that tree was cut. But why? What happened then? Well, 3 nights after the third week since he's been in the village, someone came desperately looking for shelter. It was a villager from a tundra biome. He looked rough, he looked hungry, he looked dirty, he looked hurt. He had some slashes over his abdomen and over his shoulders, as if a fierce animal has attacked him. So he started screaming, he almost killed me, he killed my village. You shouldn't trust him because he's gonna kill you all. He's done it before with other villages, he's done it with us. We took him in, we gave him everything. He was an honest man, but he fooled us. Because after he traded everything, he earned our trust, he destroyed us. We don't have a village anymore. We're all scattered around without home, without shelter because of him. And we cannot approach anybody because he put a curse on us. And hearing this, the clerk of the village asked the man who he is referring to. The hurt villager pointed his fingers at this mysterious man. Later that night, the Iron Brigade started investigating. They took his endo chest and they started looking through it. What they found there? A dagger. A dagger that matched the marks on the hurt villager's body. And on the dagger, there was an inscription. It was the letter P. We've heard about him around these lands like this year. But we never knew enough about him. Why he is such a notorious character and what was he able to? Well, I'm going to continue the story. So, while he was being arrested and held in a cell, his sweat started to become like ink. And he began sweating and sweating and sweating until he became a pool of ink. His whole body dissolved into a dark mess that seemed to find its way around, to move around like a snake. And what did he do next? Remnants of his dark essence began to enter people's nostrils, and then they would get possessed. They would start going insane. After he escaped, he entered the apple tree in the middle of the village. In the meanwhile, the cleric was galloping on his horse towards the nearest villages, and he started asking for help from all the other clerics around the area. They knew a ritual about creatures like those. And they called them. 5 days it took the clerics to all gather around and come back and devise a plan to conceal him, because they thought it was impossible to have him removed from the world. But there was one tiny mistake that the Spectre has made. Split his essence a bit too much, and he lost his spiritual energy, and he put his strongest one into a tree. He thought it was an oak tree because it's famous for its strength, but it was just a plain apple tree. And what did the clerics do? They cast a spell, they threw potions, they drank potions, and they encircled him into redstone. He struggled, and his spirit began to dissolve into the air. The tree started burning with a flame so intense that it scorched the houses nearby. Not only that, it scorched all the apple trees across the lands. And the spirit was concealed, it was destroyed. His malice was taken out of this world. Yes, he gave the facade of an honest man, and many believed him, and many still believe him to have been innocent nowadays. People who have just learned the first part about him are biased because they believe in a history, in a story from before they were born. But the truth is, he was an evil spirit, putting on a mask of an honest man, just so he can destroy your soul, your village, your community, your world. Even around us, there were remnants, and I tried looking for him as well. I've tried, to find out who this character is, who this Pinar is. That's his name. Although he goes by many names. And even among the Creatorcraft players, there are still some who I believe they worship him in secrecy. I don't know if it's because his spirit endures, or is it because they believe in the story of a good, honest man. I do not know that. But all I know is that I will not stop searching for him. This will become a bit of a legendarium here, because it was an interesting chase that I was led on. Or maybe this is just a story that fishermen tell to each other when they have a late night and when they want to pass the time while they're waiting for the fish to bite. I don't know. I've just heard this story. So, thank you very much for sticking around. I wish you a very pleasant night. Take care, and goodbye from my favorite place on Creatorcraft.